If there's one thing that I love about fall time, it's pumpkin spice. But what happens if it's spiced pumpkin? Today we shall discuss Bodycology's spiced pumpkin fragrance mist with pumpkin and spiced cinnamon. Let's get this show on the road. So before we get into anything else, I know you're curious to know, what are the notes like? So for Bodycology spiced pumpkin, I'm really hoping, a quick side note, I'm really hoping y'all come back and bring this back for this fall. However, this is a vintage version of it. Bodycology has been in the game for as long as I can remember, and I first discovered them as a teenager. So the notes for Bodycology's spiced pumpkin fragrance mist are the following: of warm cinnamon spice and sweet pumpkin. Now, there's a reason why I say I love, this is the first pumpkin scent that I've ever smelled. During the time I got it, I almost regretted the purchase. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is not your typical pumpkin spice smell. And I'm thinking, are you sure you all didn't make a mistake and meant to call it pumpkin spice? No, it's spiced pumpkin. Cinnamon, which is a note in it, is a spice. You follow me? So that has to mean that there's the cinnamon in this. We're gonna go over it in a little bit. Has to be what's overpowering the pumpkin, which is why, at least for me, I'm not picking up much of the pumpkin. Yeah. Now the smell straight out of the bottle, and I do this all the time, so we don't waste product. I'm standing in the midst of it, baby. I am not catching much pumpkin. I'm catching a whole bunch of that cinnamon. Is there a third note in this? Because I know y'all said warm cinnamon and sweet pumpkin. So it ain't just regular cinnamon, and it isn't just regular pumpkin. And it was almost a little too spicy for me, okay? It's a little too spicy for me. You mess around and sneeze and, clear the room. All of a sudden, no one wants to sit next to you. Sneeze. You can't really sneeze in peace nowadays because, ever since 2020 and that thing came out, and here we are. You might be sneezing because you sprayed too much of this Bodycology spiced pumpkin fragrance mist. But they, everybody's first thought now since 20, you must got that thing. I don't come into agreement with that at all. Lots of spiciness straight out the bottle. Now, really quickly, and I don't see this structure within this fragrance. Of course, I know Bodycology has rebranded since then. Don't stop the fact that I got treasure right here, because of the simple fact that companies allegedly reformulate whenever there's a new look, a rebrand. It's okay. It's just something to be aware of, which is why I've been led to share this with you all a whole bunch. So let's go in with it on the skin. It's about 10 to 12. I'm really not picking up much pumpkin, but I'm definitely picking up that cinnamon. So let's meet in an hour, and I'm gonna talk to y'all about how this is performing. It's been almost 4 hours, so 3 hours. Let me give you the rundown on Bodycology's Spice Pumpkin Fragrance Mist. So within the first 13 minutes, that cinnamon was talking to me. It was not as spicy and potent as sharp as it once was upon the initial spray, which y'all literally saw me spray on cam on this arm. Now, 20 minutes in, that cinnamon started to sweeten itself out and consistently. I just want you to pay attention to what I'm describing. Consistently at around the 20-minute mark, 3 minutes till it being the first 20 minutes from the initial spray. And it's just, the cinnamon is not as spicy. It's getting less spicy and less spicy. Guess what? I'm not smelling pumpkin. Where is the pumpkin in this? I'm really hoping, I'm really, Bodycology, come here. Where is the pumpkin in spiced pumpkin? I'm smelling all of the cinnamon. Is it me? I've had this a while. Maybe it's been sitting around macerating within my storage and I haven't used it that much, and maybe, all the notes have been mingling together and all the ingredients have been mingling together, but all I'm picking up is spicy cinnamon that withers away and softens, and then I'm not picking up pumpkin. My nose is not picking up pumpkin. Now, near the hour mark, it was just as sweet as ever, but the prominent note that's in it, which lets me know that there has to be By observation, there has to be a stronger note of the cinnamon in this than pumpkin, because I was fighting so hard. Even now, 3 hours in, almost 4 hours, I'm not able to capture any of the pumpkin, but I'm smelling a whole lot of cinnamon spice. Maybe y'all need one called spice cinnamon, because I haven't found a pumpkin in this. I know y'all say that this is a note that's in it: warm cinnamon spice and sweet pumpkin. Maybe it's sweet pumpkin, maybe because it's not a traditional pumpkin spice and it's a sweet pumpkin, which floods out. Let me explain something to you. Whenever you put sugar in combination with a acidic fruit, because I'm assuming that pumpkin is acidic, I'm gonna just go ahead and call pumpkin a fruit. We'll just go ahead and do our homework as to whether or not it's considered to be a fruit or vegetable. That's besides the point. Okay. Whenever you add some sugar, brown or refined sugar, to a fruit that is acidic, it takes away the potency of what that fruit is on its own, because now you've changed the composition of it. What is she talking about, these scientific terms? In layman's terms, whenever you add sugar to a fruit, it's no longer the fruit on its own. You have changed it's no longer organic on its own. You've added sugar to it. You have changed you have taken it out of its natural state. You have added something to it to alter it. Here's what I'm saying to you. Sweet pumpkin. If it was regular pumpkin, they wouldn't have said that it was sweet pumpkin. We also have warm cinnamon spice instead of them just saying it's just plain cinnamon spice. You see what I'm saying? I've explained stuff like this with other body care products. Like, for example, I think I'll link that video to the end of this one, about Dove's shea butter and warm vanilla body wash. And I had a bit of a discussion with y'all and myself on cam, and I said, why is it not regular vanilla but it's warm vanilla? And then I explained to you all what I was able to pick up. Okay, and so that's how I feel about this. So when it comes to Bodycology Spiced Pumpkin Fragrance Mist, I give this solid 9.3. I can't give it a 10 because I can't find the pumpkin. See what I did there? My nose physically can't find. It's not picking up on the pumpkin. If you release this, since I know y'all have reformulated and rebranded Bodycology, because I know you're listening, the bottles are no longer rectangular, they're circular. They're round like Bath and Body Works. So I have to give it a 9.3. The 0.7 is off. I take it off of that score because I'm not picking up pumpkin. It's not fair for me to give it a 10. Y'all let me know what y'all think, if you've ever tried it or have even gone in the store and spritzed it across you and walked out the store wearing it, and what the dry down was like. If y'all relaunch this, we need more of that pumpkin in there. Spiced pumpkin is giving spiced cinnamon. I'm telling you this because I love your Bodycology. When I think about love, it's one of the bravest things that you can do. It is patient. It is kind. It does not envy or boast. And it'll keep you on the coast of not being rude or self-seeking. Nor is it easily angered or seething mad. And it keeps no records of wrongs. It has no pleasure in evil, but it rejoices in the truth. And most of all,